I get it. You want a sports car, and I don't blame you. I mean, the whole reason you're watching this video is because you care about sports cars. The thrill of the sound, speed, handling, or lack of handling it sometimes, well, it all comes together to make that perfect equation. And that equation is a sports car which puts a smile on your face, and you just can't wait to get your hands on one because you want one desperately. I was the same. But there's a little hurdle in the way from you getting to those sports car dreams. It's the money side of it. They're not cheap cars to own. Yes, you can get entry-level sports cars for $20,000, $30,000, but they don't really hit the spot. They don't have enough power, or they're not really fun to drive. And if you look at a real European sports car, for example, you're looking at an M4 or a Mercedes C63. And the price of those, well, they vary. You can pick up an older one for $60,000, or you can pick up a newer one for $300,000.
Huh?
And between us, at this stage, it's a little bit out of budget for a sports car.
You're broke! You're poor!
I've got a friend who might be able to solve this problem. He's standing right behind me. His name is a 2018 BMW M140i. Oh my God, Nick talking about BMWs again. Yes, I am. If you haven't learned already, I obviously love BMWs, and my little BMW friend here, I like him just as much as the others. And in my opinion, it takes what makes a sports car great, puts it all together, and puts it in this little hot hatch. And it is my personal favorite hot hatch out there, over all the other ones, which are faster and look better. I don't care. This is my favorite hot hatch, and I'll explain to you why this is worth your money. After a crazy statement like that, saying this is the best hot hatch money can buy, everyone's gonna say, well, Nick, what about the A45S or the RS3? I get your point, and we'll get the ugly out of the way first. To agree with you Audi and Mercedes guys straight away, it isn't the best looking of the three hot hatches on the market. It's probably the worst looking. And not to offend my fellow BMW owners, but it does look like a car the spoiled girl gets on her 18th birthday from her rich dad. To give credit where credit is due though, it can look a lot better once you start modifying them, but stock, yeah, it doesn't turn heads. And if you go on to compare this to the RS3 and the A45S of the similar time, yeah, they look a lot more aggressive and a lot more in your face. And you can tell the difference. For example, this is a base model Audi A3 and this is an Audi RS3. Same thing, a A180 and a A45. You can tell the difference. In these ones, apart from the badge and one more exhaust, you can't. Where are our manners? We're not acting like gentlemen, we're acting like little boys. You never judge someone based on the looks of their body or their back end. You have to look at their face. And she's got a pretty ugly face that's not beautiful at all. I know I'm calling it a sports car and it's so sporty and so cool, but I must admit, the looks are basic. It's a horrible word to use, but it's true. It is a very basic looking car unless you go aftermarket. And the interior is not winning any awards either. It's just your standard BMW leather seats, standard BMW steering wheel. Everything again is copy paste from every other BMW 1 Series model. I can already see the comments. So Nick, you're saying we should buy the uglier, non-exciting version compared to the cool competitors out there on the market. Hold on, we're getting there. So let's talk about straight line performance. It loses again.
Hey, bro, come on now, dawg.
The A45S of around that generation will go 0 to 100 in about 4 seconds flat, and the Audi RS3 of this generation will go 0 to 100 in similar around that 4 seconds, and this BMW only does it in 4.6. Yeah, it's a noticeable difference. I get it now, so the M140 must make more power than the other two and it can't put it down, whereas the other two can. It's not the case either. You see, the A45S and the RS3, again, make around 380 to 400 horsepower, whereas this M140i makes quite a bit less, about 340 horsepower. Quite, yeah, a noticeable amount less once again. Nick, have you gone crazy? Nick, you prefer a slower and less powerful car compared to a faster one, and you're saying this is a good sports car. Well, I'm gonna get to the meat and bones of this video. These are the 3 reasons why this is my favorite hatchback on the market and why it's the closest comparison to a real sports car, like that C63 or that M4. For reason number 1, we don't have to go far to find it. Literally, we don't, it's right here. The infamous BMW B58. You see, me and the B58 have an interesting relationship. I mean, I've never made fun of it. I've never poked fun at it. I've never made fun of its owners and what they say and the downpipe and tune B58. I'd never make fun of anyone that says that. All right, I'll admit we've had some run-ins in the past. Regardless of our run-ins, it does have this thing, the BMW logo, and it has it on the engine as well. It's a BMW engine. And here go the Merc and the Audi boys again. Oh, he's glazing a BMW engine. Well, the A45S has a 4-cylinder, 2-litre. The RS3 Dazza engine is a 2.5 5-cylinder turbo. This is a 6-cylinder turbo. One more turbo and it's 3 litres. So it's bigger than both of those engines, even though it makes less power out of the box. So Nick, that's great. It's a bigger engine, but it's slower. Well, all I want you to do is get your phone. We're going to Google, right, B58, and you're going to go down the rabbit hole. And once you're down this rabbit hole, well, you'll understand why. Not to bore you, but I'll just throw some number figures out there. If you want to make 500 horsepower at the engine, you only need to throw a few $1,000s at it. If you want to make 700 on a stock block, you can do that as well. You don't even need to touch the block, just up the boost, bigger turbo, and all the other bolt-ons. And if you're absolutely crazy, well, people have made ones that make over 1,500 horsepower on a B58 on that engine right there. Yes, that only 340 horsepower in there, well, it's got a lot more that are hiding. Another 3-letter acronym that everyone knows in the industry is 2JZ, and everyone calls this engine the modern version of the 2JZ. Literally, if I did a plug-in tune right now, I could probably get another 80 horsepower just through my phone from the air. No mods. Let's have a listen to a completely stock sound. Nothing's been done to it. Not bad for a stock girly hatchback, but if you want to do a few mods like an exhaust or a downpipe, I'll let the sound clips do the talking. But if I really want a B58, Nick, why not buy a 340i or a 440i? That makes no sense. Why would I buy the hatchback girly version when I can get the full-fledged 3 or 4-door coupe or sedan? Thank you for bringing that up, even though I brought it up. Let me give another reason why I like this 140i. Point number 2. She has been on a diet and is nice and skinny. The M140i weighs less than the 340 and the 440i. This car clocks the scales at just over 1,500 kilograms. Same thing goes when you compare it to the A45S and the RS3. Not a huge difference, but again, it still does weigh anywhere from 50 to 100 kilos less. So essentially the weight of the driver is subtracted, depending how much you weigh, of course, because of this car being lighter. So I'm sure you can imagine the outcome. A light car with an engine that has a potential to make a lot of power, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Honestly, even on stock power, this car will slip in the dry if you have traction semi-off or fully off. And in the rain, oh my goodness, this car is fun, but scary. But Nick, who cares that it weighs 100 kilos less than an A45? That doesn't really matter. Well, it does, because she's a dancer. A dancer, what are you talking about? Well, let me explain. It's rear-wheel drive. The other ones are all-wheel drive. This one, it sends all of those ponies to the rear 2 wheels, whereas the other cars, they do it to all 4. So let's do some simple math. You've got a light, highly powerful car that has rear-wheel drive. The answer is fun, and a lot of it. Yes, I agree, the A45 and RS3, they are fun cars to drive. But this is a completely different type of fun. Those are fun because, wow, that launch control is fast. This is fun because, oh my God, I almost hit a tree. So depending on your skill level, you'll either have an amazing time driving a rear-wheel drive car, because they are just the most fun to drive, let's not argue, or you'll be having an absolutely horrible time because you had too much power in the corner and you ended up in a tree and writing off your car. Bringing it back to the start of the video, what have we always been comparing this car with? A M4 or a C63? Both of those cars are rear-wheel drive. Let's be honest, most real sports cars are rear-wheel drive. Yes, there's a few exceptions, like the Porsche 911 Turbo S. Yes, like the Aventador. Yes, they're all-wheel drive. But if we're talking about the real nitty-gritty sports cars, we're looking at the GT3 RS, which is rear-wheel drive. Or we're looking at the Hurricane STO, which again is rear-wheel drive. A real race car, sports car, should always be rear-wheel drive. I've sadly forgotten my GoPro, but doesn't matter. Let's still take it for a little spin to show you what it's about. I wish it was raining right now because it'd be more fun, but right now I'm in Sports Plus mode, in the sports mode. Second gear, if I put my foot down, it goes, it takes off. You can't take a corner at speed because you will be sideways. It's not a question, it is a given. Now, I won't be drifting on video. I know you want to ask me to. I won't be. And I love those ZF farts. If you know about the ZF fart, well, you know that little brr, brr. Oh, what a sound. Foot down, active. Good thing I'm used to the M4, because if I wasn't, I'd have a brown stain in my pants. I think I finally get it why they sell so many of these in the UK. The weather there is always raining and miserable. So this car would be absolutely amazing in the rain. Imagine that. Allegedly, I was spinning through first and second there in the dry. In the rain, oh my God, I feel like it's got 1,000 horsepower. It'd always be spinning. And because you Americans love your monster trucks, sadly, you miss out on this one. You don't have the opportunity to buy one of those on that big piece of land. Only here in Australia and Europe is where you can get these 140i's. But you know what? This is karma for you guys, because I honestly would buy a Corvette as my next car, but I can't get one without taking out a home loan. It's ridiculous when you can get the same car for like $100,000 less. So, you know what? Suck on that. Who's the real winner? You guys, not us. Anyways, well, whatever. So what's my verdict? I mean, I've made it pretty clear. If I was in the market right now for a hot hatch or I wanted a sports car, I would be buying that car behind me. I would buy a M140i. No disrespect to the other cars. I've driven, I think, 5 RS3s, and I have owned a A45 and driven A45Ss, but I personally have a soft spot for that car right there, especially considering the amount of potential and fun you can have. If I had one, I'd do stage 2+, and every time the rain came out, well, I'd be thinking of Lewis Hamilton, but it wouldn't end how it would with Lewis Hamilton. It ended more like Nikita Mazepin, with me spinning out onto the curb. Doesn't matter, I'd be having fun until I hit that curb. So I want to thank you for watching another Performance Nick video. With this M140i, it was a pleasure to drive it. I absolutely loved it. If you have a stage 2+ one, let me drive it, because I haven't driven one yet. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting your thoughts. Is this good value, or would you spend more money and buy one of those other cars? Let me know down below. Keep in mind, I post every single Tuesday night here at Melbourne time, Australia. So keep an eye out and turn your bell notifications on so you see the videos when they come out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. See you then.